So I was an intern there actually, and pay on the was only $500.
I fail exam and I go இன்னைக்கு எதுக்கு
Ama.
I prepare இங்க அடிங்க இப்படி அடிங்க.
A lot of times now, kids are getting a lot of pressure, and they feel like they have like academic success is everything to them. So if they fail in school, means they are nothing, right? So we are trying to change that.
உனக்கு ஆசையா இருந்தா நம்ம அரேஞ்ச் பண்ணி கொடுக்கல, கல்யாணம் பண்ணி கொடுக்கிறதுக்கு அரேஞ்ச் மேரேஜ் ஏதாச்சும்.
He's married to biryani already da.
That's also. டேய் வேணாம் ஏற்கனவே சண்டே ஆகுது. ஏற்கனவே சண்டே ஆகுது.
So today we have the founder of Forte360, Divya. Hello.
Welcome to the show, Divya.
Hello.
என்னால யோசிப்பாங்க தெரியாம வந்துட்டேன்.
I'm ஆரம்பமே it was scary இருக்கு. Yeah, but thank you so much for having me here today. It really means a lot.
No problem.
Yeah.
So Forte360 is like a non-profit organization that specializes in the well-being of
Children.
primary school children.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
Can you tell us more about what you guys do?
Yeah. So Forte360, we are a very young non-profit organization.
Yeah.
We just only got registered last year.
Nice.
So thank you. Yeah. So I think we first started as a ground-up initiative. So like just a group of us, students, we came together and then we did volunteer work with like different organizations. That's how we first started in 2021. Then we registered last year. So our goal is really to make each children know their strengths and they are worth it, because a lot of times now kids are getting a lot of pressure, and they feel like they have like academic success is everything to them. So if they fail in school, means they are nothing. Right? So we are trying to change that. So we want to let them know that, hey, you have strengths, and no matter how challenging your life can get, you are worth it for who you are. Yeah.
40 to 50 years ago, right? In the Mario project, நீங்க செஞ்சிருந்தீங்க, if you did it right, people wouldn't have known what the purpose of it would have been. But now I think people are so aware of children's mental health and their well-being, right? That I think it's a necessity to have projects like this come up. Why do you feel like coming back to you? Why do you feel it was necessary to get the ball rolling on children's well-being?
So like when I first started, we were just running like free programs. So we were doing like engineering games, coding, entrepreneurship, and it was like so fun, and we were just having fun. All we wanted to do is just to have fun with kids, run programs with them, quality programs with the kids. But then in the program we started hearing things that was very concerning. So we had a P3 boy who told me that my father always leave my house, and he left my house after that he said he want to go to the market or something, and then after he went, he never come back. So and then he said, then I asked him why and all, right? Then he said he has another family to go to. So he just left. And then I was like, okay, then how are you feeling about it, right? Then he said, I'm going to do the same when I grow up.
Oh my.
Yeah, so he feels it's normal to do that. Yeah, to just go and leave someone. And then we started hearing things from other children like, nobody loves me, no one cares about me. And then Yannick was like, in school they have counseling, sometimes they have social workers and all. Why are they still feeling like that? It's and they're so small, and they're so tiny and they're so cute, but avungukulla like so much of pain. And it's when I see that, I feel definitely, why is this it's still existing, So I decided as an organization we should really focus on children's mental health, and not only wait till it gets worse in youth or young adults, and start at a young age. Yeah.
So இந்த மாதிரி பிள்ளைங்களுக்கு வந்து லைக் என்ன மாதிரி ப்ரோக்ராம்ஸ் நீங்க வந்து கற்றுக் கொடுப்பீங்க?
More than programs, I think it's more of like giving them the safe space and giving them a space that they are okay. So number program despite we run quite a few programs like resilience, gratitude, supportive friendship. Nariya programs irukka, depends on the organization. Ana any program in our organization where we do, our culture is different. Our culture is affirmative culture. Apina every volunteer that we bring in, every trainer we bring in, we make sure that they pick out the children's strength and affirm them on the spot. So let's say very small thing, a child is helping another one just by picking up something, say, hey, that's a very helpful thing that you're doing, you should continue doing that. So they know, okay, I am helpful, I am being helpful, so I should continue doing this. So நிறைய தடவை அவங்களுக்கு தெரியல, நான் ஒரு நல்ல விஷயம் செய்கிறேன், ஏன்னா யாருமே சொல்ல I'm doing good, so they don't know. So but for us, we make sure that we make it a point where we like make sure that they know what's the good things they're doing and also like what are the things that are good at. Yeah.
So I'll step back a bit here and then let's talk about Divya, alright? நீங்கள் வந்து நான் ரிசர்ச் பண்ணப்போ நீங்கள் ஒரு engineering student
Yes.
கரெக்டாக
ஒரே ரகம் ஒரே ரகம் ஒரே ரகம்
ஸோ ஃப்ரம் engineering to children's mental health
Yeah.
சம்பந்தமே இல்லை
சுத்தமாவே இல்லை.
இல்ல எனக்கு புரியுது இன்ஜினியரிங் படிச்ச எல்லாரும் இந்த மாதிரி தான் இந்த மாதிரி தான் மாறிடணும் இந்த வேலை இடத்துக்கே வந்துடாதீங்க
Actually, நானும் தான் engineering படிச்சேன். Then I just தப்பிச்சிட்டு.
Oh, you didn't know, Shari studied engineering.
I studied engineering in poly.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
This is information.
Mechanical engineering.
You don't know.
அப்புறம் ஏன்டா இப்படி இருக்க
இல்ல எல்லாரும் நல்லா தான் இருக்கீங்க.
இல்ல, I'm the most sane person in the group. Man.
புரியுது ஆனா நீ ஏன் இப்படி இருக்க
இப்படினா
இன்ஜினியரிங் படிச்சுக்கிட்டு ஏன்டா இப்படி இருக்க
இந்த விஐபி படம் வந்த போது தனுஷ் வந்து இன்ஜினியரிங் வந்து ஒரு நல்ல இது மாதிரி
Yeah, like very motivated.
ஸோ அந்த டைம் வந்து நான் இன்ஜினியரிங் வேறு படிச்சிருந்தேன் நான் இன்னும் ஒரு ஷோக் ஆகிட்டு நானும் ஒரு விஐபி தான் பாஸ் பண்ணிட்டு வேலை இல்லாமல் ஏற்படுறேன் பாஸ் பண்ணேன் வேலையை உடனே கிடச்சிருச்சு ஆனால் anyway, it's not about me.
Just be thankful you have a job and all that.
We all are
you
thankful for that.
should be thankful in
Yeah.
this economy
சரி Divya நீங்களே சொல்லிடுங்க ப்ளீஸ்
so yeah coming back to that so what was that connection between engineering to children's mental health how did that happen
So actually I was a JC student. So JC வந்து படிக்கும்போது I was like, you know, all the science, I took science and all. ஆனால் JCல நான் அவ்வளோவா நல்லா பண்ணல. So scores வந்து கேவலமாக தான் இருந்துச்சு. I think C's and D's and stuff like that. But then I don't know how I managed to go into NTU and I was in bioengineering. I chose bioengineering because I didn't know anything else. Like, you know, I thought I can do something in science. ஆனால் போன பிறகு within 1-2 weeks I already told my father, I said I want to drop out from uni.
Oh my God.
அவனுக்கு ஒரு heart attack கொடுத்துட்டு I was like I'm going to drop out from uni and I told him and then he was like no please don't. So he was like go and take a semester break. Go and take a sem break and then go and work in whatever you feel that you want to work at. Then see lah where you want to go. Because at the point of time I was thinking okay I didn't want to just be behind in labs and like you know not facing any like you know technically like people
No human.
like interactions and stuff
interaction,
yeah so yeah I went and actually worked in a non-profit so I was an intern there actually and pay on the was only $500 yeah it was very little it was like a pro
For that, even for that time, it's low.
it is low it is low yeah
that time இல்லை இந்த எந்த வருஷம்
it's 2021 like 2000 yeah 2000 very low.
is
Extremely low.
very low அதனால நான் ஆர்கனைசேஷன் சொல்ல விரும்பல
இல்ல but it's மனசார செய்யறது.
இல்ல
yeah
That's where you need to understand it's not
Yeah.
about the pay it's about the மனசு
Yeah.
அது அந்த பில்லு பார்க்குறப்ப அது
அது வலி
பில்லு பார்க்குறப்ப
அது வலி
மனசா
4 தடவை கிரப்படி பாதி காசு
No, but it also shows like how much financial constraints that an NGO might have.
yes
Right. So it's like because of that, I also was just so curious, like why was I getting $500? You know, like what so difficult in an NGO, right? So it really opened a lot of eyes when I was there. In a program, you know, like quality programs, எடுக்கவே அவங்க a lot of consideration they have to go to, you know, and then like, you know, don't have enough like budget, then they cannot get. So they always rely on free programs. And free programs now, it's not like it's going to be quality program also, like for the kids. So நான் வந்து நான் intern பண்ணும்போது there was a period of time where they were sourcing for a vendor. And it was free, and the kids, it was boxing lah. So the kids were very excited, but last minute the guy cancelled.
Oh.
So the kids were all like waiting and you could see the disappointment in their face.
Oh,
and usually those who are in the NGO, like the kids are like, you know, from the under-resourced community people, right? So அவங்களுக்கு இந்த மாதிரி like வீட்டிலே பிரச்சனை ஸ்கூல்லையோ பிரச்சனை and here also like they don't get what they run. It's like very disappointing, you see. Yeah, so that's why I think that's how I started and I made the decision, you know, like at that point of time like I want to just focus on children. That time I didn't know what I was going to do exactly, so I just like started Forte360. Like all the people that we started off with, we are just mutual friends. We are not even like friends. Like people I've met in like projects and stuff. They just came together and just run like skills-based program lah. But through the way it became like focused on mental health.
So you go from school to school to teach these programs, or like children they come to your center?
So we go to the organizations. So like there's after school care, student care centers, there's schools, NGOs. Yeah, we work with them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So Divya, கொஞ்சம் முன்னாடி நீங்கள் மென்ஷன் பண்ணீங்க that these kids are in school very stressed. If there is one particular thing which stress them, what would it be in school's culture? Very commonly among kids.
I would say academic pressure. Yeah, academic pressure is always like it's constant. Like, I mean, schools are definitely trying to like make things more relaxed and also like trying to do measures to make them feel like less stressed about grades. But I think now beyond just children, I think the parents also now are putting added pressure to like the kids to do well. To me, I would say like that also kind of like gives the children more stress because they know like the parents are looking for results, right? So they keep want to better like performing, and then commonly now like as long as some schools like certain days they end early, right? That they end early to go home, but the parents are sent to tuition. So because of that, there's so many tuition that they're doing. I asked a child like how many tuition I had. Like they have 5 tuition
Goodness. One for English, math.
for different subject, and sometimes it's like back to back. You see, it's like maybe like 2:30 to 3:30, and then 3:30 to 4:30, and then it's like we were even in our team like we were discussing. Is this culture actually making tuition center grow more? And then we are complaining that tuition centers are growing and like adding yeah. So I feel like because of that, like children are just being more and more pressurized lah.
So
Yeah,
they don't even have time to be children actually.
yeah, that's true.
It's just like schedule academics after academics after
Yes.
academics.
Do you know that even when it comes to playing football, they stop acting like children already? I saw a clip of like a football match,
Right.
kids being played. அவங்க விளையாடுற விதம் வந்து exactly like how Guardiola tells his team to play. Tiki taka, and they have very
Structure.
Yeah.
a lot of structure,
Yeah.
movement based.
Yeah.
It's nice to see, but then I'm like questioning
They became
myself.
adults.
Why are we like treating them like this at this age already?
Yeah, you lose the essence of being a child. Like,
Yeah.
just go out on the field and just kick a ball. That's all you want to do. Don't think about formations. Don't think about.
Back then when we play football, like like I will be very motivated to copy the skills of like the players I look up to. Not follow like a rigid system of a
நான் யாரையாச்சும் காலை உடைக்கணும்னு பார்ப்பேன்.
yeah, usually not that yeah.
At least y'all are out, but there's now like there's a tendency for kids to stay indoors because like வெளியே போக மாட்டாங்க. They are just
iPad
like
culture. iPad culture.
ஆமா, iPad culture, and also now because I think one thing is like homework, and then parents also because sometimes they are very stressed, so immediately they should just give the iPad or give them something for them to like doodle in. Then their social circle is also becoming smaller. Like after COVID also now what
Oh yeah,
we
we have
realize,
very less friends.
yeah, they are scared to talk to people like in
Yeah.
real life.
Yeah.
Because like they also because we work with some schools, and then they also tell us like after COVID they are not socializing. They don't even want to like say, hey, come, let's play together. They feel very scared. So actually now one of the question was like, what are common things that you see, right? And I think it's also like they are having trouble to make friends, which is going to affect them in the long run. Can you imagine not having friends like at a primary school age because you only have your parents?
Yeah.
Then who?
Parents, maybe cousin or ரெண்டு cousin இருப்பாங்க.
ஆமா.
Then after that maybe one friend in school and that's all.
I mean, as a parent, right, I understand when they say that, the kids are being sent for tuition and stuff, the enrichment classes, to be exact. Because we don't want the kids to fall back.
Of course.
Yeah. But as a parent, right, we should know where to draw the line. And I think a lot of times we tend to want to provide the best for the kid and we want them to aspire in future very well, that we forget where is the line.
Yeah.
I think that's the common mistake.
Yeah. I think
Even
that's-
for me also, sometimes I do that. Sending for a lot of enrichment at a young age. So it's just a thing we need to figure out where to draw a line. It's not we are doing on purpose to the kid. It's just that we get carried away on giving them the best and things like that do happen.
What you define the best is maybe not what's best.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to say. We don't know where to draw the line. And we think that this is the best because when we are okay, so this is the thing when I was talking to my mom, this happened. She gave me this much. And then when I got that much, then I realized that, okay, maybe I still need a B and C to do better. So I'm now giving A, B, C to my kid. So when I'm giving A, B, C to my kid, when my kid grow up, maybe they might think that D and E is important. So they might give the A, B, C, D to their kid. So it's going to be a never-ending cycle.
No, I think it's different. Like from generation to generation.
Yeah, that's why I said genital.
It's not maybe not just maybe A, B, C, like to teach your child. When they become parents, it could be X, Y, Z to give them.
Correct. That's why I think it's an evolving thing.
So you always
it's always evolving. So as it evolves, right, we don't, as parents, we have to realize where is the boundary to kids. Like if we don't do, and we, like you said lah, நம்மளுக்கு பெஸ்டா இருக்குது அவங்களுக்கு பெஸ்டா இருக்காது. ஆனா they are so young, they can't come and tell, oh, this is not what I want or what I need. By the time they reach the age to tell us what they want, and they are already past their teenhood and they are already in tertiary levels of studies. And that's when like parents like, oh, I do so much thinking that this is going to be your future, or this is what you're going to be when you grow up. Then that's when the thing happens lah, the transition. So we should also, like you say, is the education stress and academics thing that we want to give the kid the best, and we don't want them to fall back lah.
I also want to just affirm you that, you know, like being a parent is not easy. So like I think every parent, ours and you guys also, right, like definitely all of your intentions are coming from a good place.
Correct.
It's not that you're like intentionally want to give them stress.
Correct.
Yeah, but I think it's also important to let your kids know that you are not defined by your grades and your success.
Of course, no.
Yeah, and kids don't know that, and they need explicit explanation of that, because when we ask them like what your parents look out for, immediately they don't tell like, oh, care, they love me for who I am. No, they said they want me to score higher. Right. So intentionally we need to tell them, like, you know, like maybe we can learn a little bit from the Western culture. So they always will say to the
This
kids.
I agree. Yeah, a little bit, yes.
Yeah, they do say, I'm very proud of you for who you
Yeah,
are. You
exactly.
are enough for who you are. Like இந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் நான் கேட்டிருந்தா கொஞ்சம் heal ஆயிருப்பேன். Yeah, but like we are not saying that lah, and it's not a culture, because we are not used to it as well, you know, because sometimes we learn a lot from our parents, right? But when our parents don't do it, we also don't have the tendency to do it. Like for me, right, I don't like to give hugs. You know, my parents don't give me hugs, but I love them and they love me. It's just that I'm not used to it. But when I see other people giving their kids hugs, you know, it's like, oh, that's nice, right? So I think just let the kids know that you love them for who they are. I think that's like a boost to them already. Yeah.
After I'm kind of like you. I don't really give my parents like hugs and all that. But after I move out and like have my own family, then when I get to see my parents like weekly once, or and then when it comes to like leaving and going back home, right, I take the opportunity to hug my parents. I think it's an effort from both sides also, because like people you don't get to see them much anymore. What?
Yeah, கொஞ்சம் awkward-ஆ தான் இருக்கும், but
No, I still don't do it. I think it's just awkward lah.
Yeah.
Because we never do it before. Then suddenly
There's some awkwardness.
awkwardness.
புரியுது, but
I understand, because same the hugging situation. It's like Indian family thing or what?
yeah, it's not Indian family thing.
No, but I do it with my kid. I like whenever I see my
I
kid,
always
Yeah,
I do it with my kid a lot. I always hug. No,
like they know that okay, they will get a hug.
I always tell him I'm proud of you. Okay,
That's very good. That's very good. Yeah.
Your
So,
kid and all that. Yeah.
For me, I didn't have the hugging culture. I don't have a kid, so I'm not even married to start off with. But
இல்ல அது ஒரு கெட்டது மாதிரி சொல்றீங்க.
என்ன கெட்டது
இல்ல உனக்கு ஆசையா இருந்தா நம்ம அரேஞ்ச் பண்ணி கொடுக்கலாம், கல்யாணம் பண்ணி கொடுக்கிறதுக்கு அரேஞ்ச் மேரேஜ் ஏதாச்சும்.
He's married to biryani already lah.
That's also வேணாம் ஏற்கனவே சண்டே ஆகுது.
No, like this hugging thing. Why I'm talking about that is because when I was in my diploma days, right, hugging thing was like a very foreign thing. It was like but then I was in an international school where hugging is like a norm for them.
Yeah.
And then it's even in my work culture now, also hugging is like a norm. So it's sort of like adapted to it, and it's become like a norm after that.
Yeah.
So first thing I do when I meet people, like if they're open to a hug, then we'll do a hug first. So it's habits like this that we can definitely change lah. But it's like how you say, how you practice it with your child.
Yeah. Yeah. You
That's
took that
something. That's a starting point, I would think.
Yeah, definitely.
As parents, how do you all actually deal with your children's mental well-being? Because they're still quite.
They're still very young. So
Yeah.
mental well-being, I think it's still too early to say, because they now are already still developing they still don't understand their emotions actually. So everything is going to be a tantrum. Everything is going to be adam பண்றது. So you have to let them grow up first. Maybe when it comes to like 5-6 years old, then I think it starts to, that's when the real work starts.
Like when you tell them don't do it, then
They don't understand.
They purposely do it. They know it. They are doing because we are scolding them. They think it's fun. They think we are playing with them. So it's like I have to go and literally pick them up.
How old are your kids?
Around 1 year, 4 months.
1 year, theirs?
3 years old in next month.
Usually this stage is where they are seeking for safety. Means
Yeah,
they
yeah,
have to feel safe with y'all.
Correct,
So if you
correct.
are giving that already, that's like very good. Yeah, and like definitely try to like, try to give them that like safe space, affirmation space as well.
I think this is the generation where we start to break the cycle.
Yeah. Please.
The millennials and some of the Gen Zs, I think number one, we are quite wise to know that போன generation of parenting was good, but there are some major points to actually work on.
Yeah, like
That's
I
why
fail exam, I
working
go.
on and all that, yeah.
I fail exam and I go இன்னைக்கு எதுக்கு
ஆமா.
I prepare இங்க அடிங்க இப்படி அடிங்க அப்படி
அதுக்குன்னு like
அடிச்சிட்டீங்களா
we're not blaming our parents.
No, I'm not blaming.
It's because they live in a different time,
Yeah.
in different situation.
I remember the word we used in school idumal puja இன்னைக்கு ராத்திரி
Puja.
Puja.
then after that அடிலாம் வாங்கிட்டு சாப்பாடு என்ன சாப்பிட்டாச்சா
Yeah.
சரி வா வந்து
அப்ப
சாப்பிடு.
ஓட்டு.
அடிச்சிட்டு வந்து
வா சாப்பிடு.
then you know your ego like வேணாம் வந்து சாப்பிடு
அதுக்கு முன்னாடி இன்னொரு ரெண்டு அடி.
சரி வரேன்
So what's the fine line between disciplining and what is that fine line?
I think it's a learning process, bro. I still don't know. If you ask me, I don't know.
You're asking us,
So
Hey, no, I thought you're asking an expert.
I'm not an expert in parenting, so but yeah.
are you a parent? No, right?
No, I'm 25 years old.
You say, can you give him a slap?
No.
No, it's fine. Let's move on.
Hey, the other day I made an assumption that someone was pregnant. Someone was. I made an assumption someone was pregnant.
He was telling us that he went to the person and was like, how old is your kid? The person turned and like, I don't have a kid.
I thought you said you had a kid, so I was like, okay. So no assumptions now. Straight questions. I rather clear that.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Okay.
No, but are you killing and mardatan? But discipline.
Yeah.
So what's the fine line between disciplining a kid and actually sort of like educating a kid like this is wrong, like in your experience as well?
I think when I see my kid actually starting to harm people and they are just going wild, that's when I have to step in lah.
Hulk Hogan,
Yeah. Amanda, how to get.
Why?
Yeah.
I mean,
But then under that kind of situations are very rare. So,
I think it only happens when you play, like the kids play with other kids. They they attend to, they're trying to pull their hair or pull that's when you go break them up and then say, no, that kind of thing. So I think that is where the discipline part plays a thing.
Yeah.
Telling them that this is wrong. But other times it's like, when they're trying to pick up some remotes or trying to touch the TV and stuff, when we tell them no, they still don't comprehend that. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, this might cause something or something because they are still young. And I think for me, it's like I said, it's still a learning process because I
Yeah.
don't know how much or what tone am I supposed to use.
Yeah.
Because suddenly if I like,
ಅದಕ್ಕೆಂಡ ಯಾಕೆ
like hey, that kind of thing, they start crying.
you like that, I'll start laughing at you also. No wonder your daughter laugh at you.
I mean, honestly, it sounds different lah. When they hear that, like, the face and stuff, they
Yeah.
start crying.
Yeah.
நான் கரடி மாதிரி உருமுறாரு நாங்க சிரிப்போம்.
I mean, then I have to go. Like then she doesn't want to come because she wants to
Yeah.
be with my mom.
Yeah.
Then, like, I have to go and pick her up.
Yeah.
And after I say like, oh, birds and stuff. And then like, okay.
Yeah.
So,
But
sorry.
yeah, sorry. I just want to add something because you said like learning process, right? I'm sure it's a learning process for the kid also. So like I think like a lot of times when we tell children when they are doing something like wrong or not the best, right? We say don't do it, then we just start screaming at them.
Yeah.
But they don't know why don't do it. Like a lot of times we don't explain to them. So usually when we say like stop doing it because it's hurting someone or stop doing it because I'm feeling like angry, I'm getting frustrated. Actually, they tend to listen and understand also. And a lot of times when we scold or like I would say discipline children, right? One thing that we learn that is useful is to tell them how we are feeling. It's like, hey, you are making me angry. If you continue this, I'm going to shout at you. I don't want to do that because you are my kid. I don't want to hurt you. right? So அவங்க அது கேட்டாங்கன்னா they were like, oh, okay, appa's getting angry, amma's getting angry, I should just tone it down first. Then once you tone down, then you go and talk to them like, hey, this is what you should maybe consider doing next.
Actually, Divya, I got a very important question to you. What do you think about disciplining the kid by, beating them?
Ayyo.
So the traditional,
Traditional method.
Traditional
What's
Asian
your opinion
parenting.
on that? Or what's your opinion on that?
Illa, when it comes to your line of work, how do you see the Asian style of parenting play out?
I would say definitely it's not something that we would encourage lah, of course. Yeah, because last time when our age and all, of course I have also gotten beatings.
Yeah.
இங்க அடிக்க. அப்படி அடிக்க.
Which choice of weapon? Rotan, feather duster, belt?
Physical இல்ல எனக்கு ஒருத்தன்.
Yeah,
Clove hanger.
mine's a slap.
Clove hanger.
My
Yeah.
friend got tell the mother beat him until she slapped him. He hit the fridge, then he then he went
Yeah,
down.
very bad.
I mean, it's our traditional
It's
thing.
a tradition. ஏன்னா அவங்களுக்கும் யாரும் கத்து கொடுக்கல like how to discipline the kid.
இல்ல ஆனா இதுல இன்னொரு ஃபேக்டர் என்னன்னா the kid is also the problem.
Yeah, or sometimes the kid really a
The
problem.
kid is
I'm a rascal. அது ஒரு தருதல.
இல்ல, நான் ரொம்ப நல்ல பிள்ளை. நான் வந்து இது வரைக்கும் எந்த பிரச்சனை
I think
Yeah.
that age 6 to 13 is very mischievous age.
Very
So I think
mischievous.
you have to
If you are exploring as a teenhood, your body has changes, you don't understand what's happening to you, then you have like
அது 13 onwards தான்.
அது 13 onwards 6
நீ
to
6
13 அது பிரச்சனை நாயங்க.
6 to 13 தப்பு. I mean 13 onwards. That's where the mischievous starts for me.
That's a different kind of mischievous.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like, climbing on the window.
Oh, that kind of thing. I don't think that is mischievous. I think that's okay, normal. Like they were trying to climb things and stuff. I used to climb the wall like Spider-Man.
I do that.
Yeah.
I do that.
When I was primary school. Yeah, my mother like, இறங்கு.
Yeah. Yeah.
அதெல்லாம் ஓகே.
Yeah, but I mean, to answer your question, I feel like definitely it's not something that we would encourage lah. But you can be very firm with them actually. A lot of times when you give a very stern face and like be very firm with your words, they will actually listen to you. And I would say like one thing that is very important is consistency. A lot of times sometimes like ஒரு தடவை நம்ம வந்து firm ஆயிட்டு then we just like. And then like sometimes the kids also get confused. When is my father getting angry? Are we not getting angry? So like even for us when we work with kids, right? From the start already we will say, these are something that we expect from you. If you are not going to follow it, then definitely you may not be able to do certain things on time. Like things were not going to do smoothly. And when they hear that, right, then naturally they know the reason why they should behave. Right, then they will actually listen. Yeah, but we never in our class we have shouted actually. Yeah, usually we always will say.
It just becomes the same as everywhere else,
Yeah,
right? Huh?
yeah, but you should see like some teachers. Yeah, but when they actually shout at the kid, you can see how much of fear in
I
their
can't
eyes.
blame them also too much also.
Yeah.
They are going to
Line of
stress
teaching, right?
teachers and
Yeah,
all that.
yeah,
They
they're very
give a lot of
stressed
stress.
lah.
Yeah.
A lot of stress.
Has there been a situation where a kid has came to you and said like, hey, my parents are over disciplining me or over beating me or something like that?
I would say kids at the initial stage when we work with them, they won't open up. They won't tell us
Yeah,
things
they-
as well. Yeah, because the trust is not there. But as like time goes, right, like definitely they have said that, like, my mom have like beat me, or sometimes when she is stressed, she will beat like my siblings. அந்த மாதிரிலாம் இருக்கு. And a lot of times the organization also know. So apart from our programs, like அவங்க school வந்து like counselling அனுப்புறாங்க, like more serious support is given to the kids lah, so that they can follow up with the kid more deeper.
So where's this fine line where you identify this is abuse?
I would say abuse side we have never really like came across it. But when it comes to like this kind of situation already, it's already brought up to the school. So it's already looked into.
Okay.
Right, yeah. So like severe cases usually like the children, they are called like the tier 3 cases where like they are in counseling, etc. Right? And usually they are from very broken families or very like very vulnerable backgrounds. So அந்த மாதிரி பிள்ளைங்க வந்து like definitely they have already like intervention, whether it's social workers, whether it's a counselors, and அவங்களுக்கு தேவையான support வந்து actually is being done. And sometimes there's this department is called the child protection office as well, right? So like if it's really very harmful for like the children, they will actually take the child out of the house. Yeah, and these are really extreme cases. Yeah, but
What is the example extreme?
like like being like abusive, beating the kid up to like blood.
until bruises and blood. And all that.
Bruises and blood. Anna, I think I'm not the best person to tell like what's extreme because like I've not really
Yes,
seen
yeah.
in that. Yeah, but I think definitely like just to like for the context of your question as well, like definitely they will be taken out of their house lah. Yeah.
Because in the கேள்வி கேட்டதுக்கு because recently if you read Straight Times right then you realize that a lot of people are being charged because they of
Oh yeah.
recently there's a lot of things
A lot of cases, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean I'm not going explicitly but it's like sometimes I wonder because these kids are still going to school are they being identified at a young stage or this could have been stopped or something so your question answers it lah they are already being in tier 3 and being overlooked and stuff so this is really extreme cases where they happens out of
Yeah, but at the same time, like one thing that it's a bit of a concern, I would say, which is something that our team is also trying to do, is like those who are not voicing out their challenges or problems at home. So there are children who are not identified as like at risk, but like they are like very bubbly, very chirpy,
But they
you
are
know,
at risk.
but they are like inside they are being hurt. Like internally, like they are breaking down, and because of everything they are going through, and they don't want to tell anyone. And their family also doesn't mean that they have to be broken family. Can be a very intact family, but maybe whatever they might be going through, like just very harsh or like vulnerable, right? So what we do in our programs is actually we have like surveys as well, but we do it in an engaging way. So we survey kids, right? And then our program usually lasts 10 weeks. So when we do like such programs, slowly the children will open up, and then we realized that there was even one child that we worked with. She's the most bubbliest girl in the class. But when the survey, when we asked her, like it's a well-being survey lah. So to measure how she's in terms of her well-being, right?
Is that one of the first things you ever do for like new?
Usually yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
or identify
Yeah, it's
or
to
pick-
identify.
Okay then.
Yeah, she's the lowest.
Oh my god.
oh
Yeah, she's lowest in the well-being. Friends illa, family. She said she's like there's a question. I have people that I love, or this particular question, or people that cares for me. It was I think 0 or 1. Yeah.
so usually when these kind of kids you all like you don't do more one-to-one sessions or you all just like identify then you pitch back to the school also to give them extra care what do you all do
Yes. So our program, we actually bring in volunteers to run. So how our setting is that you can imagine like if there's 20 kids, they will be actually split into groups of 4 or 5. Under group lay ஒரு volunteer இருப்பாங்க. Then like there's a main trainer in the front. So usually if we already identify this kid needs more support, we will get another volunteer to just befriend with the child like throughout the program. Because ours, what we are trying to do is not to we don't want to be like a very formal setting because formal is the counselors will come in and all, but we want to create like a more chill, more like open and safe space, affirmative culture and all these things. And based on what we gather, we would definitely feedback to the organization and for them to actually bring it to the counselor.
okay.
Yeah, number one, we are like we go to the organization, right? We don't have like permission to actually do like intervention work like counseling, and அதுக்கு வந்து parental consent தேவை. So அதெல்லாம் we are not able to do it, so the school will handle.
Are you exploring it? Do you want to do it in the future?
For me now, I mean, it's where Forte is, like Forte360 is. This is something that we have not looked into, actually. Yeah, because we feel like all our team is actually, we don't have counselors, don't have social workers.
Logistical constraint lah.
Yeah, logistical consent is one thing, and also because we feel like where we are right now, we want to equip students with like all these resources like gratitude, resilience and all, so that they can use these tools at the crisis stage, so they don't reach like crisis or I don't know what to do, then panic, you see. So number one, like that's what we are focusing on right now. In terms of like counseling, one-to-one intervention, இப்போதைக்கு நம்ம அதை பத்தி இப்ப யோசிக்கல.
Okay.
நீங்க அந்த சர்வேன்னு சொன்னீங்கல்ல how do you generate that survey on how do you measure that or how do you use
How are
that?
the questions placed in an order that
Yeah, how
you can
how do you-
identify that this is
Thank you for asking the question.
yeah
But yes,
நீ ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்பட்டு
Yeah, there's a lot of surveys actually online, and they are validated survey. Apina, a lot of research has been done, to generate those surveys, and we chose the one that is relevant for our kids, like in Singapore generally. And we actually worked with like counselors, and we worked with like psychologists to actually adapt it a bit more to like our local kids.
okay.
So after that, so it's a set of 12 questions, and then we actually partnered with another organization, and then like for the Indonesian name is like Zuhala. So அவங்க வந்து they help to make it more like engaging. So it's like a platform, like online platform actually, the survey. Yeah, so it makes it more engaging, got graphics, got a bit of animation, and the kids also enjoy lah while doing it.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that's how we actually chose the like kind of move with the survey lah. Yeah, how it kind of transitioned actually. Because last time we did the survey on a paper and a pen, and the kids they can't sit still for 15 minutes.
Exam
And it's
was
like,
like- yeah.
and we don't
Yeah,
want
it's
to
like
be an
another exam
exam.
paper.
Yeah, and then after that time when we did it, they were like, so did I pass? I was like, no, it's not an exam. Yeah, yeah,
Cute.
yeah.
So when it comes to Forte 360s, like memorable stories, is there any like success stories that actually impacted the children and like really caused you to caused the organization to gain more traction?
Definitely, yeah. So I think one story that I would like to share is like a lot of times when organization approach us, right? Like, or we approach the organization, we will ask which children need more support. So அவங்க ஒரு list கொடுப்பாங்க, like list of kids who are the most challenging kids. So there's already a label that they are challenging.
Challenging, yeah.
Yeah. So and then we will ask, but like what else? Why are they challenging and etc. Usually it's associated with their background, their behavior challenges that they're facing. But through our program, because we identify all the strengths and like we let the kids know like what they're good at.
Yeah.
The kids see themselves as different. Yeah, we are even a child. வாயை திறந்து பேசவே மாட்டா.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
so like scared to talk to people because she's like introverted and she don't feel confident. But through our program, she actually raised the hand up high and then she's like, I want to like share. Then she tell her perspective very bravely. Yeah, so through our program, we realized we're not only impacting the children, but also impacting the people around the kids. We are the educators, the organization. We let them know, hey, yeah, they are challenging. They have a lot of behavioral issues, but still they have strength.
It's not totally their fault.
Yeah, it's
Mostly
not.
not even.
So when you say this, right, I want to pick up. So just because of their background, do you think there's a stigma that these children are challenging, or is it because they are challenging and then when they further search, then they realize that the background is what is causing these children to be challenging?
I would say both. Yeah. Generally because like as long as they are deemed as challenging. Like because you see, when external people come and work with an organization, they will just pass on a list to them. Like these are the challenging group. Means அங்கே ஒரு stigma இருக்கு. Like why is there like a auto label that hey, this group is the challenging ones? Like that's our take on it lah. But at the same time, like what I mentioned earlier, it's not only their background, like they are not from like broken families to be challenging. They can be from any background actually.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we are also realizing.
You know what I like maybe when they say challenging class lo உட்கார்ந்து கேட்க மாட்டான்.
ஆமா.
Maybe it make too much noise and
Yeah.
that. So that is what they label challenge.
Yes.
That is their mindset really.
Of course. Yeah.
Homework செய்யாம இருக்கிறது.
Something like that.
when like very just like
ஆமா.
cannot sit still.
There's like recently we also had like someone who told us like the kid is asking a lot of questions. That is challenging. I was like, he's being curious. Excuse me. Yeah.
கேள்வி கேட்கிறது என்னடா தப்பு?
ரொம்ப கேக்குறாங்களா?
This is why like mostly a lot of Singaporean students they don't ask a lot of questions.
That's a culture thing.
Cultural
Yeah.
thing lah.
Yeah.
Speaking of challenges, I want to pick it up back into your story. I'm sure going into this line, engineering படிச்சிட்டு mental health பத்தி பண்றது, there must have been a challenge at home.
Yeah.
How was the support that you got from your family and all that to go into this?
Yeah. They didn't like it until they were like, ஏன்டா பண்ணிட்டு இருக்க இந்த மாதிரி, they didn't like it lah. Of course they didn't like it. Actually my father was he used to run a lot of business.
Okay.
So generally he's like he knows the entrepreneurship field and everything. But அவரே வந்து சொன்னா don't do it lah. It's very tough, because like he knows the struggles to
Yeah.
like have an
From the ground up.
organization. Yeah, it's not easy. So actually from day one they have not been like supportive, but they have accepted it. So like because of that, like சின்ன விஷயங்கள்லாம் like it helps me because like even though they don't வார்த்தையால they don't encourage me, but in actions I can see that they are actually like trying to like sayang me while doing my work. So for example like when I first started, right, or even whenever I'm going to work, I'll usually will Grab to work. Until the moment I step into my Grab, my father and my mom will be standing at the window and waving at me. Yeah, they will wave and it's like பார்த்து போ. From அங்க இருந்து கத்துவாங்க கீழே பார்த்து போ. I was like, yo.
But nice one.
I know, I love them. Yeah, then my mom cooks for me every day. No, I have an alarm, but she auto will come and wake me up.
Good.
Yeah, my appa, there was a period of time, like, to start an event. Because I used a lot of my savings, right? காசு இல்ல சுத்தமாவே இல்ல. I think I was like only having like $15 in my bank because like I was studying I wasn't like my work only was getting $500 at the point of time in the NGO. So like then I was sitting down, I was like shit, like like tomorrow is the event, I need to get some things. Then he was like, why, what do you need? I said I don't have money for tomorrow. And then he just like transfer it immediately. Like my father a bit old fashioned lah, so he go take down money, take the cash. Yeah. So
That's a very poetic thing to do.
yes.
So I mean, at the end of the day, உங்களுக்கு அந்த support கிடைச்சது ஒரு அளவுக்கு. Do you think the Indian culture overall, do you think that there's enough maybe mental health support within parents, especially the young parents?
No way.
No way.
That's my biggest criticism.
Ile. Yeah. Like for example, like my family, if you take my parents, right? Like when I first said mental health, they were like, are you gonna work with like patients?
IMH or
Yeah, they were like, நீ என்ன பண்ணிட்டு இருக்க என்ன தெரியுமா, like those kind of thing. I said no, it's not that. And so அவங்களும் like I think they don't have that awareness.
when they say mental anything IMH
Yeah.
or like
அவன் ஒரு பைத்தியம்.
issue.
Yeah.
அவன் ஈஷுன்னு சொன்னா எல்லாரும் ஈஷுல இருக்க எல்லாரும்
இல்ல only one fella in issue. Only one fella.
Mental.
வேற வழி இல்லக்கா, அடி வாங்கணும். If you trying to run away, right, they will chase you. அதுக்கு நின்று அடி
நீ national sprinter டா.
What a very
That is why you're a national sprinter.
Oh god. Yeah. என்ன சொல்லிருந்தேன் நானே மறந்துட்டேன். No, I mean, like for example, right? Like, I don't know. Like, it's very good to actually hear from you all saying that you say to your kid like you are proud of them and all.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of us actually heard that. Have you heard that when we were growing up?
என்னது?
Your parents saying, "I'm proud of you."
For me a couple of times.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. How about yours? Huh?
My godmom, yes. Parents don't remember lah.
I think my father, yes, not my mom.
No, but they are proud, but they don't tell it.
Yes. அதுதான் பிரச்சனை. அதுதான்
But they go and tell other people, தானா செஞ்சான் இதான் பண்ணா, அதை என்கிட்டயே சொல்லியிருக்கலாம். அதை ஏன் போய் வெளியே சொல்றேன்?
அத நீ அப்பதான் கிட்ட சொன்னீங்க.
என்னைய வச்சுக்கிட்டு they will tell them, but they have never told those things to me. So I'm like,
Yeah, so I think that should change. Yeah, because பிள்ளைங்களுக்கு வந்து தெரியல, like their parents are loving them for who they are, they are proud of them and all. Like like for me, for when my journey was like my father itself, like he's a very strict macho man, so he doesn't like to tell like I love you, I'm proud of you, nothing. சொன்னதே இல்லை actually. So actually after, even until he passed on, he have never tell me like I'm proud of you, but I know he's proud of me because like the actions that he did and everything, and like for example, but ஒன்னு சொல்லி வார்த்தாரு என்ன, it's like everything will pass, things will pass, and you are a strong person at heart. So when I still remember, because he actually just passed this year, so he only
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's okay. So when he passed, on the funeral வந்து like 3 days இருக்கும், right? One of the days, it was my program day. I didn't have people to go. I went and I actually did it, and I told, it was a group of like teachers, so I was like doing like training program for teachers, and then I finished the program, and then one of the teachers said, hey, you look very different. I said, yeah, because I lost someone. Then then they were like, they were shocked lah, so again, I know how my father have brought me up, and because he actually kept telling me that it's like a constant reminder. Ana if he could have told me something else, like for example, I'm proud of you, I love you for who you are, I think it would have impacted me a lot also. Because நேத்து வந்து like a very quick incident is like, I have another it was a major event, so அதுக்கு வந்து my mom came also, and then I have a I will call a dear friend, also a social worker, and he is also like help for Forte's event. So his name is Hindran. So Hindran actually has been helping out with our programs as like one of the people that we work with during the program lah. So after the whole event, அவருக்கு வந்து ஒரு 76 இருக்கும். அவர் வந்து then he came and find me. He said, Divya, I'm very proud of you. He said that, ஏன் எதுக்கு தெரியல அப்படியே கண்ணுல இருந்து தனியா. I was like, yeah, but he's not he's not my father and all, but I saw him as like a fatherly figure when he was saying that it's old and all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it's very, very important to please tell your children how you are feeling. And I've heard a lot of times, like, people regret it at their last age that, hey, நான் பிள்ளைங்கிட்ட எதுவும் சொல்லல, like I'm like this kind of thing. They have never really tell the kids. So I think that's very important because it's like even there's a research that also shares, right? Like actually in I think in the US, அவங்க வந்து like they had like water experiment. So what they did is to crystallize the water. So in one water they actually go and say all these negative words and put negative energy, and another water.
I've read about that. Yeah.
You got to see how the crystal of the negative energy turn out. It's very distorted, very ugly, but the crystals with like positive words will be so beautiful. And even like people say, like, every negative thing a child hear, like one negative thing, you need to make it like equal with 8 positive things. So because the damage is done already, right? So that's why I'm telling, like, even though like it sounds very simple, like words of affirmation, care and all this thing, it sounds very simple, but actually that's all children need actually. It's not like major big solutions and all that. We should just start small. Yeah.
I think that's what everyone needs.
Sharif, I'm proud of you.
Yeah, y'all should be proud of each other. I'm proud of y'all actually for doing this, like this podcast. தெரியுதுதான் uncomfortable இருக்குல.
Uncomfortable இருக்கு. அப்படியே எந்திரிச்சு கிளம்பிடு.
என்கிட்ட வராதே.
I'm very proud of you, பாருங்க. லேட்டா இருந்தாலும் நீ அவசரமா வந்து இல்ல அந்த ஓடி அந்த ஸ்வெட்.
நான் ஓடலாம் மாட்டேன்.
நான் எக்ஸசைஸ் பண்றேன்.
நான் ஓடுனாக்கா you all better run.
What you will be happy or not? When I சாப்பிடுற அந்த பிரியாணி வந்து open the mouth say I'm proud of you, Bharat. நான் நல்லா சாப்பிடுறேன்.
You know what's the sad story here? I haven't had biryani in a very long time.
So sad. Yesterday
Go and have a biryani soon. Yeah.
அதான் you say good biryani. அதான் உனக்கு நல்ல punishment.
அது வேற கதைடா. Anyways, I thought biryani would unite, but I didn't know it would divide.
It divides.
So Divya, thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing all this information for the daddies. and also people.
Future
daddy, yes.
ஒரு நாள் வரும் தானே.
நான் ஒருத்தனே போதும் இந்த உலகத்துக்கு. என்னால
எனக்கு ஒரு குட்டி பரத் பார்க்கணும்னு ஆசை இருக்கு.
இல்ல இந்த உலகத்துக்கு நான் ஒருத்தன் போதும். டிஸ்ட்ராக்ஷன் அவ்வளவுதான்.
Anyway, Daddy, இன்னைக்கு சிக்கன் பிரியாணியா மட்டன் பிரியாணியா?
வெஜிடேரியன் பிரியாணி போடா.
Vegetarian biryani.
No. You know what's the thing, if I have a kid, right, I would not share my biryani with you.
The kid also won't want to share.
Yeah.
I'll be that kind of a father.
Yes.
One biryani, one
Only சாப்பிடு.
கைய வச்ச. I'm not proud of you.
Oh no, don't say that, please. Oh God.
Anyways, what's next for Forte360?
Yeah. So actually for Forte360, now what is our next stage is we are looking into working with more schools and we're looking into definitely working with more organizations. So like the event that I was actually just now sharing about is actually yesterday we had a product launch event. So actually all these programs, what we realized is that schools, organization, teachers are overworked actually. I know அவங்க நிறைய stress இருக்கு and a lot of things they're doing, and on top of this now they're designing programs for kids. So what we are trying to do to offload the burden for them is we actually have a curriculum portal where people can actually license to, and they will have all the content on well-being, curriculum, lesson plans, everything. They can actually have it. And we are doing it like white label licensing, means அவங்க வந்து சொல்ல தேவையில்லை, it's from Forte360. They can just brand it on their own and like, just use it as they can adapt it, everything. So that's something that we are looking into bringing to more organizations. So hopefully we can connect with more people who might want to like use it and benefit their children. And yeah, we're also always looking out for partners to like, see where we can work with the design more programs, to run more programs for the children. Yeah, so that's like I would say the next few steps for
You can even do a podcast with kids.
Oh, I would actually we wanted to கொஞ்சம் advice கொடுங்க அப்புறம் எப்படி பண்றது?
இல்ல ஆனா அது ரேட் லைன்ஸ் என்ன தெரியுமா?
The parents, they have to
parents, kids, especially when kids are involved, there's like hey, we are in Singapore, there's rules for everything.
Actually because நாம நேத்து event பண்ணோம்ல, so our guest of honors were children. So we had 3 children. Yeah, who were children, and we we got parents' consent all, but you should see the faces of the parents and the teachers when they were talking. You know, they were so proud. Was very proud.
I thought you were going to say they were terrified. ஏதாச்சும் தப்பா சொல்லிருப்பாங்களோ.
அதான் மேபி உள்ள இருக்கும் ஆனா வெளியே காட்டிக்கல I guess, but it was a learning experience for all of us because we use that opportunity to let them know that children's voice matters and we should respect children's perspective equally as adults.
That's right.
Yeah, because every time we say, hey, so cute, you know, like first thing I say my guests of honor children, they're like, so cute. Then I'm like, no, okay, I mean, yes, they are cute, but they are also, they should be respected.
Seriously,
Yeah,
like,
take them
you know, you
seriously,
take
yeah.
them like,
I think take them seriously when needed, but also remember that they are children.
They are children, let them be kids.
yeah,
lah.
exactly.
Let them be kids. Yeah.
Because அதுக்குன்னு take them children board meeting போய் பச்சாக்கா
hey, CEO in the house.
and if they wanna, if parents wanna, you know,
Reach out to you.
reach out to you, get their kids to sign up, where can they find you?
So actually you can connect with us on LinkedIn and also our Instagram. Yeah, and also like our website as well. They can find out a bit more about our programs and like our whole work. Yeah.
Perfect. Divya, thank you so much again.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I loved talking to you and like you guys in the conversation. Oh, so cute. Heart some more.
ஆண்டவரே, இப்பதான் நான் சொன்னேன் உன் மேல நான் ப்ரௌடா இருந்தேன்.
இல்ல இது அந்த இன்ஜினியர் மூல வேலை செய்யுது. He's engineering moves.
Engineering. பரதநாட்டியம் மாதிரி இருக்கு.
engineering நான் பார்த்தது இல்ல.
Dr. Strange.
சரி. Stop.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.